Everyone has a story. Some are whispered in the quiet of night. Others echo across generations. But the best ones? They inspire, they challenge, they move us. Welcome to A Story to Tell, where history meets hope, where faith meets the real world, and where every tale points to something greater than ourselves. I'm your host, the storyteller, and in each episode, we uncover powerful, faith-filled stories of courage, redemption, purpose, and perseverance. Stories to steer your soul. Stories to share with your kids before bed. Stories you didn't know you needed until now. This isn't just another podcast. This is a story to tell. In the 5th century before Christ, the mighty Persian Empire stretched like a golden carpet from India to the Aegean Sea. King Xerxes, heir to Darius the Great, assembled the largest army the world had ever known. By some accounts, over 2 million men. He intended to crush the rebellious Greek city-states once and for all, and history suggests he could have done just that. The Greek alliance was fragile, little more than an uneasy truce among proud, quarrelsome rivals. Yet, when the call came, a few answered. One of them, Leonidas, king of Sparta. Now, Sparta was a peculiar place. Its citizens were trained for war from the moment they could walk. Discipline was law. Weakness was shunned. Glory earned only through valor. It was life's greatest prize. So when Leonidas heard the Persians were coming, he knew the full weight of that decision. He led 300 of his finest warriors, not conscripts or mercenaries, but fathers, brothers, seasoned soldiers, into the narrow pass at Thermopylae, the Hot Gates, they call it, a bottleneck between steep cliffs and the sea, a place where numbers mattered less and courage mattered more. And so they stood, 300 against tens of thousands, and for 2 days they held. But then, betrayal. A local shepherd showed the Persians a secret trail through the mountains, allowing them to flank the Greek position. When Leonidas realized he was surrounded, he didn't run. He didn't surrender. He sent the bulk of the Greek forces away, save what could be saved. And he and his 300 made a final stand. They fought with swords, spears, bare hands, and broken shields. And when it was over, every Spartan lay dead, but so did thousands of Persians. Now, you know that part of the story. What you may not know is the rest of it. That hopeless stand, that suicidal resistance, it lit a fire. All of Greece, which had bickered and squabbled for generations, now saw in the sacrifice of those 300 something worth saving, something worth fighting for. Within a year, the Greek city-states united. At Salamis and Plataea, they drove the Persians back, crushed their navy, scattered their armies. The mighty empire, it fell. And in its place, the tiny, fragile flame of democracy grew. The very idea that free men might govern themselves, that liberty was worth dying for. And Spartans, they were gone, but they left behind a legacy. A monument at Thermopylae reads, "Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie." They died obeying their laws, but they lived uninspiring ours. Sometimes it only takes a few brave souls to awaken the courage of a nation. The stand of Leonidas and his 300 Spartans reminds us that valor isn't measured by victory alone, but by the willingness to stand when standing seems impossible. Their sacrifice did more than delay an army. It united a divided people and sparked a movement that gave birth to freedom itself. The 300 Spartans reminds us that courage and sacrifice can change the course of history. They stood, not because victory was certain, but because what they defended was worth dying for. As followers of Christ, we are called to stand firm in our faith, even when the odds seem impossible, because what we fight for is eternal. The Apostle Paul tells us, watch, stand fast in the faith, be brave, be strong. So, what about you? You may not face an empire, but your courage, your faithfulness, your stand for what is right can inspire others. Even when the odds are against you, even when the world seems too broken to fix, remember courage is contagious, and legacy isn't built by surviving, it's built by standing. Stand firm, others are watching. And now that you know the rest of this story, you have a story to tell.